Oh, there we go. All right, this should be good now, I believe. Yeah, it should be totally fine. All right, is this on? I don't know what's going on then. All right, yeah, leave that. Okay. Last time I tried to stream off this fucking laptop. Swear to God. All right, is this shit actually working now? All right, there we go. Jesus fuck. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. So weird for no reason. I think it's good now, right? Are we good? I think we are. I think it's good. Let me double check on the phone. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Okay, perfect. Why can't I hear anything? What the fuck? Why is no audio being broadcasted on my phone? That is so weird. Oh, there it goes. All right, fucking A. Jesus Christ. Took a long time to figure this shit out. Oh, there it goes. All right, so what are we painting today? Space Wolves. That's all I paint, bro. That is all I paint, my man. That is all I paint. All right. That looks all good. Everything's all good. Yeah, I guess I just had the settings set way too high on the old on the old OBS. Yeah, it looks great now. What the fuck? I don't know why it wasn't working before. That is so weird. All right. So everything looks good, sounds good. You guys can see. You guys can see well. Been a while since I caught up on a stream, man. How's the moving? We're already moved in, man. We're already moved in. Everything is all everything's all Gucci. We have been totally moved in for a little while now. But that looks good. Oh, I really hate autofocus. Hold on. Let me fix that. Sorry, I am so dog shit at fucking doing like IRL streams. I have like no fucking idea what I'm doing here. Let me bring this shit into focus. That's this in focus. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna leave it on auto, I guess, but yeah, that's fine. We'll just have to fuck around with the autofocus. All right, let me pull chat up on my phone because that's gonna be the easiest way to do this. Yeah, we're all moved in. Everything's all copacetic with that. All right, so because I have to be able to like see what I'm doing on OBS because I this is off a laptop, right? So I just need I need the chat on my phone. Easiest way to do it, and I'll try to keep a close eye on that for a little while. I know there's a chat pop out. Let me get the chat pop out. Fuck. How do I get the chat pop out? I have no idea. Let me just pull the chat up in a little window next to this. Pop out chat. Yep, thank you. All right, there we go. Now I can minimize this shit and bring this over here. I don't have any event list, by the way. So if you guys gift stuff, the only chance I have of seeing it is going to be in chat. So I think I can see memberships and gifts and whatnot, but I don't think I can see like if you guys like rejoined or anything like that. I have like no idea. All right, yeah, yeah. This is let me show you guys some of the models I've already painted. I'm not like great, but I'm not bad. Some of the guys that I have already painted. think I'm pretty average in terms of painting. Come on, autofocus. Yeah, I feel like I'm quite average when it comes to painting though. I think I'm all right, but definitely definitely not too bad. This is all like the I'll shift the camera here. So this is all like the models that are like finished, if you will. There's like a couple of guys with exterminators and stuff, and then a few other guys doing some other shit. But I like first started with ultramarines, like to get back into it. Obviously, like everybody fucking paints ultramarines for their first time. I think at least most people do. But yeah, I started back with ultramarines just to kind of like get a feel for it. I clearly wouldn't be able to do that. My hands are too burnt. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's fucking difficult. People make this shit look way easier than it actually is. It is not easy. But yeah, I'll kind of give you guys like a little overview of the whole setup here really quick. So the whole setup is just here like this with a light and my old microphone. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. And I miss having that mute button right there. That's kind of nice. But yeah, here's me. There you go. All right. Anyways, back to what we were doing here. Let's cuz I haven't painted in such a long fucking time. I don't remember what colors I painted this shit with. Yes, baby. I don't use tissues, baby. I use my shirt. Thank you though. Use my shirt like a real man. All right. So, to start out with, we need to cover this guy in I believe Fenrisian gray. Let me do a little test patch and then we'll compare. Where is the massage gun? Or as I call it, the Paint Shaker 5000. It's literally just a one of those cheap like Amazon massage guns, and they work really really well for doing stuff like this. But they work phenomenally well, as you can see, shaking up the paint. Ladies love that gun. No, it's not a Hitachi. It's just a Pro Fit, whatever the fuck brand that is. But this shakes up paint really really good. There we go. Dog fucking hates that, by the way. He like absolutely detests that thing. I don't think this one's actually open, so let me try to use one that's already open. I have like 6 pots of like Fenrisian gray. I have so much Fenrisian gray. All right, that should be good. Uh, you know what I think we could do? I think we could put some like chill music in the background. Let me see if I can for you guys. Let me grab some from the old YouTubes. I'll let's put like Lo-Fi Geek on or something. And I'll make it really, really quiet. So y'all got something to listen to besides me. All right, Lo-Fi Cafe sounds great. That should be pretty quiet. I'm gonna turn down the decibels for you guys. It might be too loud. Let me see. That's pretty good. All right. Let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet or whatever. I can make the music a lot quieter. Yeah, I just kind of want to like his background noise for y'all. So just let me know. Let me know. All right. So yeah, this one's already open. Let me shake it up a little bit more. This is like the best use for these massage guns that I've ever seen. They work really, really well for this. Like almost better than their like actual intended purpose. And I usually just flip the pot upside down as well. I really only use Citadel paint. I really want to expand out into using other people's paint because I used to use other people's paint. But then I was out of the scene for so long. I'm just like, I don't even remember who makes good paint anymore. So yeah. Let me know if the Harry, how does the background music sound? Is the background music good? It should just be really quiet. It's pretty low. Okay, should I turn it up a little bit? I can turn it up a bit more. There we go. Yeah, just let me know. Once we get these like settings dialed in though, I won't have to like ask y'all to fucking help me do everything. Not sure if I hear it, to be honest. I think you do. I think it should be pretty loud now. Is it good now? You might have to like turn me. Yeah, you good? Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, this pot's already been opened, and I can tell because of the amount of paint that leaks out, and also this pot's heavier. So this one's already been opened. We need to do a full coat of Fenrisian Gray, I believe, around the parts of the armor here. I don't remember if I went straight from the pot on this one too. I think I did. But we'll grab this right here. This is a size, what size brush is this? Size 5 brush. Size 5 brush is very good for base coating, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll just get a little bit of paint there. And then I want to get a touch of water in it. And I will just kind of put it on my palette right here. Just like that. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I just have it right here on the palette. And that's thinning it down just a little bit for me. I want to avoid putting it on the joints, but I want to put it everywhere else. And here we go. This is after not painting for like a whole year. We'll see how I do. Have not painted in a very long time. Try to make it to where you guys can see what I'm doing here. Kind of hard though, because I have to be able to see what I'm doing. But I don't really care about the results. I just care about hanging out and having fun. And most of the time you should do 2 coats, but I really don't give a fuck. So I usually just end up doing one coat of everything, and then I let fucking washes do the rest. Do the rest of the work for me. God, this mic kind of is in the way. Autumn was a little bit right about that. That's okay though. She goes, I don't know how you do it with stuff like right in front of your face like that. And I was like, I don't know, I just fucking do. Let me get a little bit more water on. Let's actually like put this in one of the little receptacles here, if you will. I'll grab that paint that was already here, and I'll kind of swish it off the sides and push it into the thing here. I'll grab this. Oh shit, it's a fucking brush strand. Oh, well, I have something specifically for that. Little pair of tweezers. There we go. See that? Nasty little fucker. It's that's what happens when you leave a brush for too long and it just sits out. You get brush strands falling off left and right. But yeah. All right. So now that we have our paint thinned out pretty good, let me get a little bit more paint in there. A little bit less water. Yeah, when you paint it, you don't want it to shrink back from what you're painting, you know what I mean? So you don't want it to be, see, like this is a little bit too thin. How it is right now. That's a little bit too thin. I'm gonna kind of angle this back towards me a little bit. Yeah, that's honestly like way too thin. I need some more paint. But it's okay. If it's too thin, you can just go back and do a second coat. It's not really that big of a deal. It actually helps it run into the recesses pretty well. So if you're doing a base coat, having too thin a paint really isn't that big a deal. But if you're doing almost any other coat, it kind of is. So for right now, we won't worry about it though, because we can always come back and put more paint on it. And remember, you can always come back and fix your mistakes too. But all this wet paint, you see how it's like clogging up the detail right there? Let me get this to focus. So you see how the wet paint on the left leg there, or on the right leg for you guys? You can compare the difference to the other leg. See how it's clogging up all that detail? All you do is just fucking dab it with a paper towel. Take some of that paint off. And then you go back to what you're doing. And you just keep spreading it out. And making sure you get decent coverage. But remember, this is art, not fucking manufacturing. So if you fuck up, just say it's modern art, you know? That's a shitty joke. But yeah, start off with the legs. They're pretty much the easiest spot to paint on almost anything. I might move this camera to the other side so y'all can actually see what the fuck I'm doing. Let me move this camera over to the other side and I'll put all my other shit over here. Coffee. By the way, have two very distinctly colored cups. This is the paint cup. This is the coffee cup. I have made that mistake before. It is not a fun one. Let me put it that way. All right, let me move you guys over here. Oh, knocked over every single model I had sitting on the table. But yeah, make sure you have very distinct cups from your coffee cup to your Warhammer painting cup. Otherwise, you will make a grave mistake and you will have a very bad time. But as y'all can hear, I am still pretty sick. Let me move all this shit over here, and then we'll move my my little paint cup right next to my very expensive laptop. Yeah, great idea there, Ghost. Let me get y'all a bit closer so y'all can actually see what I am doing. And let me angle the light a little bit better. I promise the next time we do this will actually be quite a bit better. But this time is going to be borked because I am crap, and that is what I am known for, is being pretty crap at doing stuff. I sub-assembly paint, by the way, for anyone who's wondering. So I'll paint this all as one piece, and then I'll paint this all as one piece, and this all as one piece. I don't know if you guys can see that. Very hard to see. Come on, focus. It's the only thing in frame. Focus. There we go. Yeah, I painted that all in one as one piece, and I just used blue tack. Blue tack is like the fucking greatest thing in the world to stick stuff down. It works really, really well. And we're going to go up underneath all of this little furniture here that this guy's got. And we'll do the body now. You want to try to not get paint on the connection points, but if you do, it's not really that big of a deal. Honestly, I just paint straight fucking over them because I don't like having painting gaps. I like having a smooth coat of paint rather than a coat of paint that just abruptly cuts off at some weird point where I couldn't reach with the brush. So I generally just paint over everything. The one spot that I try to avoid, though, is the skull on the front of the chest. That is really hard to get paint out of there. But yeah, you want to change up your angle. So I usually go from top down, start with, and I'll just spin it in my hand slowly. Generally what I do. And I'm just looking for decent coverage on everything, especially like up underneath this stuff. We can get that at another time. But down here where the head sits as well, you want to paint there. Mostly just focusing around the rim of the neck, though, is our main priority. Some fuzz on the end of that. But yeah, our main priority for the top half especially is just getting down in this little neck divot. See down in the little neck divot where you glue it? You want to make sure you have good coverage right there. And you can scrape the paint off after. That's generally what I do as well. You'll end up doing quite a bit of... oh, I touched the leg on accident. Oops. That's why it's good to have one of these painting handles or just make your own out of wood and some blue tack. Works pretty well. Yeah. Let's start getting a second coat on the legs here. We're going to need some more paint. And I'm going to thin this next coat a little bit less. Let's just do one dunk of the brush there and then dry it off here on the paper towel. And we'll grab some more Fenrisian gray and mix that in. Get some actual paint from the pot because we're going to need more of it. And you can always reactivate this stuff with water pretty easily if it starts to dry out. I would recommend getting a wet palette. That makes this like a fucking billion times easier. Still got way too much paint on my brush there. There we go. All right. Time for the... Yeah, dude, I keep adding way too much water. I might just go straight from the pot next time I fucking do this shit. You get way better. Way better looking, too. But that's okay. No big deal. You do need to thin your paint a touch, but, like, not a lot. You know? And it's okay if you miss spots, because you can just make that battle damage. That's usually what I do. Grab a paper clip, heat it up with a lighter, poke it into the plastic, and then you have yourself some free battle damage. And you didn't have to spend a dime. I turn down the gain a little bit on this microphone. Maybe just a touch. My expander is not working very well on this setup. Need to fix that another time, but I'm not going to do that right now. All right. So we are doing pretty damn good. Getting good coverage here. Touch more paint. Get some better coverage on the upper half here. Want to make sure you paint in like smooth strokes, straight strokes. Like, don't do any of this jabbing in here and poking it shit. You just want to paint. Does that make sense? So this is usually what I do, is just here. Just right here, just that range of motion right there. And that makes it pretty easy to do. And gives you good coverage. All right, these legs definitely need some more coverage. Definitely missed some spots on these legs. Generally, you'll have to do like 2 or 3 coats on any given part of it, but especially the legs. Like the legs, I don't know why, but the legs always seem to like never get paint on them. I don't know how the fuck that works, but it's some like serious black magic where the paint just does not want to be on the legs. But you want to try to get a smooth coat, obviously. Now, this is my random feed wins again. What are you painting, chapter-wise? Oh, Space Wolves. That's all I paint, really. Here, I'll show you some completed work here. Oh, almost dipped the sweatshirt in there. This is probably like one of my better ones. God damn, you can't see fucking dick. There we go. It's probably one of my better ones there. But yeah, Space Wolves. Not bad. I need to get a better camera, to be honest with you. Since this is the first time we're doing a painting live stream that's like not on my cell phone, so. Oh, fuck. All right, time to repaint that spot. Where was that spot? There we go. And right there. All right, and back of the. Well, I appreciate you saying that this is a win in the feed. I don't know if everybody would agree, but I appreciate you saying it. Fuck, gonna make sure. Man, let's see, that looks amazing. Dude, I'm average as fuck. I don't know. I like everyone. I've had someone tell me like that's golden demon winner level, and I'm like, no, it's not. No, it is not. No, it's not. The camera makes it look better than it actually is. If you saw it in person, you'd be like, that's pretty mid. I just put the paint in the right spot. I treat this like, you know those color by number things? That's exactly what the fuck I do. I color by number, man. I just pick vibrant colors mostly. All right, we're done with the Fenrisian gray for now. Make sure you close your paint pots really well, guys. They will dry the fuck out. That's, you know, honestly, I think it's dry out by design. All right, what do I want? Mournfang brown. That is exactly what I want. Mournfang brown. Right there. And massage gun to mix up the paint. What's up, Lucifer? Mixing up some paint here. It looks really odd on camera because it vibrates at the same rate as the FPS. All right, that should be good. Yeah, it's just a fucking cheap ass massage gun instead of buying like a proper paint shaker because I'm lazy as fuck. Your hands look like they're going through the wharf. Yeah. But considering that these paints haven't been used in well over a year, it does do a pretty damn good job of shaking the paint up, I will say. All right, so now we need a detail brush. Not like an ultra detail brush, but just a, what is this? Size 2/0 round brush. Round detail brush from Royal Langnickel? Nickel? Something like that. I don't know. Some bullshit. Makes you look like the Flash. I think that's how they did that. I think they did his movements with a oh, this brush needs to get wetted down. I think they did his movements with the camera's refresh rate. I believe that's how they actually did that. Either that or it's just all special effects, one of the two. All right, there's my Mournfang brown. All right, so we're going to pick out all the pouches on the uniform here. Oh, sorry, the nose makes you... oh, I already read that. Stupid. But yeah, We're gonna pick out all of the pouches, and I don't remember how I was painting this. Let me look at my other ones. Double check because I don't know. Okay, I was going silver on the belt. Okay. Silver on the belt, brown pouches, black or silver like canisters though. All right, so we're gonna start over here on this big pouch because I feel like I'm gonna overpaint. So let's see here. Put down our first coat of Morn Fang Brown. Really, a really big tip, by the way, is put your wrists together, and then you have very, very good like paintbrush control. That works really, really well. All right. We'll try to get this pouch pretty good. And what's nice is the pouch next to it is going to get painted the same color, so you can actually just, you know, go straight on over to the next one as well. Usually I can do like one coat for the pouches, and that turns out pretty good. Now you want to try to not paint on the armor, obviously, but if you do, it's not really that big of a deal. Need a little bit of water. Just a touch of water. Reactivate some of this paint here. The more water you put in the paint, by the way, the quicker it will dry out. But you can always reactivate it with more water, so it does work pretty good. Usually I do 2 coats on the face of the pouch like that. I'll do 2 coats. Like that. And then I will do 1 coat on all the sides. So the top and the sides and the bottom. But no need to oh, there was still some blue wet paint in there. That's okay. I can fix that. All right, let's do the bottom. And this inside kind of area. All right. Down the crack here. All right, that's looking pretty good. And as you can see, let me bring the camera a little bit closer. Looking pretty good so far. Oh, all right. And we got 2 more pouches here to paint. Right. Oh, bring you guys down a little bit. We got 2 more pouches to paint right here and right here. Okay, this autofocus is really killing me. It's trying to focus on, let me take off autofocus really quick, because that's like kind of fucking killing me with how often it's not zooming on what I want it to zoom on, or focusing on what I want it to focus on. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Let me bring my chat back up. No, that's not what I wanted. I want this. There we go. All right. How's that looking, everybody? Is that looking a little bit better? All right, let's get some paint down on this. And I'm not actually going to add these models to my army, by the way. These are my practice for getting back into it, so to speak. I have a whole Ultimate Starter box set that I'm going to paint up, and that is going to be like my first actual fucking fully painted set in a very long time. But these guys are just for these guys are just for practice. Like, yeah, see, I'm fucking streaking paint all over this thing. I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to see that, but there is a little bit of paint on his leg, but pretty hard to see, so not a big deal. But yeah, we'll fully paint up this guy's body, and then we'll attach the arms. And we'll attach the head. I mean, I think the last thing to paint would be just the body. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the last thing that I have to paint is just the body. Yeah, I gotta get back into this as well. Now that winter is over, I can prep and paint out of fear of cracking anything. Yeah. That's always the worst. And when it's in winter, you can't really like go put it in your garage to dry or anything after you prime stuff. It's kind of hard to get stuff to actually set. But yeah. Today we'll probably just do a little bit of this because I haven't done this in a while and I'm still sick and I still need to go record regular videos today. I owe y'all a Count of Blood video for yesterday, so I need to go do that. And that's the episode 1 of the Redux series, and people have been waiting on that, so I do need to get it done at some point. All right, there we go. That is all of those pouches painted. Pretty decent. Oh, I missed a spot. I actually saw the spot that I missed on camera. All right, that's all those pouches painted there. We can go ahead and put away the Mornfang Brown for now. All right. So, Mornfang Brown going away. I don't remember what I painted the pouches with, but I would assume it's like Eshin Gray with like Null Oil over the top. I'm in Canada. Winter began November 9 peak. Lowest for us was 0. 0 Celsius and negative 34. Thank you for surviving that cold. All I could do was base building, experimenting with lava. Yeah, dude, lava's fun to fuck around with. I love messing around with stuff like that. Like, I don't even highlight. I just use fucking shade paint, man. Like, I don't care, you know? I don't, it ain't that deep for me, you know? Yeah, we had a long, hard winter here in the States, too, man. Pretty ridiculous, winter indeed. I think I used Eshin Gray. Or maybe I used, Maybe I used Astrogon. I don't remember. Or Astro Granite. Let me look at this paint. I don't know. Well, let's use Astro Granite. We'll use that. And this is a technical paint. Maybe I shouldn't use a tech paint on that. Maybe I should use yeah, let's just use Lead Belcher. Why not? Good old Lead Belcher. Get her mixed up. Hopefully what does this sound like to y'all on the microphone? I'm curious. Whenever I'm mixing the paint. Yeah, I don't play tabletop at all. I haven't played tabletop in 20 years. Shaking up the paint, boys. Does it sound weird when I shake up the paint and I'm talking? No sound from the paint shake at all, really? Damn, noise suppression doing some fucking heavy lifting. Sounds like some good mac and cheese. What if I put this on the mic, though? I'm not going to do that. That would be so cursed. All right. Lead Belcher, ladies and gentlemen. Generally, like, I know this seems like, you know, stupid, but it's like kind of counterintuitive in a way. You should use base coats on the base, you know, on the base parts of the model. I know it's fucking crazy, but you know, some guy told me that. But yeah, it works really well when you do that because these are very like opaque paints and they do a good job of coverage. Fucking crazy. You should use your base paints for a base coat, right? Let me angle this up a little bit more. There we go. Looking pretty shiny there, huh? How about that? That was the goal, though, with the Lead Belcher. Make it shiny. But remember, you don't have to, like, really paint it that good, you know what I mean? You just got to get the idea of the color being there. You want to give the illusion that it's painted really, really well. You know? Where if somebody, like, picks it up, they can fucking tell, but, you know, you got to look at it under a goddamn microscope to see. Even I can't tell if I missed a spot sometimes. Yeah, I did miss a little tiny spot. I touched the armor. God damn it. And I touched the pouch. Son of a bitch. All right, well, I don't care. All right, we got one more of these canisters on the far right side of his belt to paint. And this is going to be the trickier of the two. I got a little bit on the pouch, but it's fine. I don't ever plan on displaying these. I'll probably just give these away. But on my next box that I open, I do plan on displaying those, so I do need to get back to a decent level. But yeah, canisters painted. Looking very nice indeed. All right, what else do we got to do? I'm going to paint the belt Lead Belcher as well. This guy have a face or a helmet for his head. Yeah, we got all that right here. You see all these parts laying around? These are all the parts that go to the model. So I paint in sub-assembly. I'll show you what that means. So I glue together the parts that can be glued together, and I paint them individually. It just makes it really, really easy to get all the way around something, get in all the little crevices and everything like that. But yeah, I don't fully assemble my models until they're totally painted. But yeah, that's why we're only doing the body right now. So we're gonna do the body, and then I will do the same. Fuck yeah, it makes it so much easier. Like, you have to be like half as good of a painter, but it does take like double the amount of work, I will say. All right, so I want some silver bits on this belt, I think. Yeah, I want like a silver buckle here. So lead belcher is the call. All right, perfect. Looking pretty snazzy. I don't know how easy that is for y'all to see. It's really not that easy for me to see personally. But yeah. Oh, hold on, I gotta sit up for a second. God damn. Fucking, I like lean way the fuck over when I'm doing this. I have my elbows on my knees, and then I'm like leaning over with my hands on the desk too. All right, any other bits that I want to be lead belcher? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'm done with the lead belcher. All right, next thing. All right, let's see what's next here. So the belt is gonna be, I mean, I could do Eshin Gray. Eshin Gray wouldn't look bad. What's fucking Drakenhof Nightshade? Oh, that's that bluey color. Yeah, this might actually look good on these guys. I kind of want to see. But obviously, you know, the fucking Olden Gold Nuln Oil. Magic in a bottle, as some have called it. What I usually do for like, so for anything leather, I do, problem is when you stare at a color for long enough, you get eye blurs. Makes it, why surgery jacket sometimes stare, it scrubs the other doctors to reset their eyes. Oh, that's actually kind of smart. Oh yeah, that does actually work. I just looked at my vape for a second and that totally worked. Smoky reveal. That's stupid. I shouldn't do that. Bad influence on the children. So yeah, this guy's head, his shoulder pads, and his arms are already all painted up. Did I do gold for the belt buckles? I think I did. Okay, so I have 2 golds. I have Liberator gold and then Ulrich armor gold. Ulrich armor gold doesn't ever tend up what the fuck? End up being like that gold from what I remember. I just don't remember which gold I used. So back to the paint shaker we go, and we'll figure it out together. And then I need an Eshin Gray. Trying to figure out my color scheme that I want to do. Oh, Milo has made an appearance on the live stream. Hey, hold on. Let's see if I can get him on camera. Milo, come here. Come here, Bubba. Come here. Right here, Bubba. Say hi. Come over here. Hey. right here. I got something. Oh, what a cute boy. Oh, what a good boy. Take a sip of the coffee here. I am a fucking coffee mug collector. Don't moose with me before my coffee. From Montana. All right, let's get this. Oh, yeah, that needs to get mixed up more. Oh, Jesus. That was really bad in there. It was like totally separated. This is going to need to get mixed for a minute. Milo does not like the sound of the massage gun, though. All right, that should be good. All right. I'm going to leave my lead belcher here because I think I did. All right, that's a little bit better. That's actually way better. That paint hasn't probably been used in an entire year, so that makes sense. Yep, good coverage. Okay. All right, I'm thinking I did not use this paint because it is not spreading very well. It's weird though, I only need it on this one little tiny spot. Well, then on the chest as well. I think I used Liberator Gold, honestly, because this gold really sucks. At least my pot of it does. It either goes on way too thin and you can't fucking see it, or it goes on way too thick. There's like zero in between for Ulrich armor gold. But it's okay. With a little bit of Reichland flesh shade, you can make it look actually pretty decent. Like that. It looks pretty decent though. Generally what I do for this stuff, by the way, is I turn it to the side. And then I paint like this. Yeah, remember, you really don't need that much gold on a model like this. Like it doesn't really make much of a difference how much you actually get on here. Now, if you're really good, and I used to be this good, you can actually paint the wings without actually painting anything else. Like, so you don't paint the divots, you just paint the tips of the wings. And ends up looking pretty damn sexy. And I think I'm gonna use Corax white or this white, this Thillian gray. But I'll probably use Corax white. I think my Corax white's up here. Oh no, White Scar. That's what I used. I used White Scar with a coat of Reichland flesh shade over the top of it, and that ended up looking really good actually. So I think we'll do that again. By the way, when I'm bringing that brush back towards my face, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So whenever I go to fix the bristles on a brush, all I'm doing here is just putting it in my mouth. Yes, I know. But rounding the brush over, see? Just like that. Just rounding the brush. That's what I'm doing right there. So whenever I bring a brush back, that's always what I'm doing. All right, yeah. Gold looks good. The gold looks pretty nice, in fact. Yeah, some people say that's gross, but I don't really care. It's gonna give you cancer, Ghost. It's gonna kill you. Oxygen kills you after about 120 years. All right, so we need... Yep, we already got our white scar here. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy shaken up. Okay, so it's a thing, not normal to lick the brush. Thank God I'm not the only one. Yeah, no, it's normal. A lot of really, really good painters do it. Just to round the brush over and make sure it's not all fucked up. All right, this one like kind of hurts the fingers a little bit, not gonna lie. All right, there we go. That should be good. All right. And we literally need like the tiniest fucking dot of this. So this paint might actually not be no good. But I think I can get enough of it. Yeah, I need to replace a lot of my colors. But I'm literally doing a literal single dab of the paint on the model, so I never replace it. Because I only ever do a single dab of that white on any model. I don't use the white like literally anywhere else. Just on the skull. Just like that. Literally just that one little dab. And that's it. That's the only place I ever use white is on that skull. And I did bleed it over a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, you know, now that I look at it, I think like... Yeah, probably Eshin Gray for the belt. We'll do that now. Most of what I'm doing right now is just detail work, honestly. Like, that's most painting is detail work. Do a couple shakes like that, and then do this. Because this doesn't shake it a lot, it just helps it to recombine. but I still shake it. All right, let's see how this Eshin Gray has fared. Oh, actually, I think this is a new pot. I might have another Eshin Gray kicking around somewhere that has already been opened. Nope, that's a bad and black. I don't know where my other Eshin Gray went. All right, let me move some pots out of the way here. And we'll get this one right here. Okay. All right, now we're just doing the rest of the belt here. Yeah, I actually like Eshin Gray for this. It looks pretty good. Ooh, you know what? I might use that to paint the undersuit of the Astartes here. So like the undersuit that's normally black, I might paint this with Eshin Gray instead. And I might do black for the belt. Okay, yeah, it does kind of blend in with the lead belcher a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Maybe we could do do I have a darker brown? I think I do. I think maybe like a dark brown, like dryad bark or something on the belt, and then on the actual pouches we could do like Mornfang brown. That way it would be still like an actual belt, but like these belts are supposed to be metal, so I don't know. Or I could just use lead belcher, and then on the actual belt buckle I could just do gray, or I mean gold. That's always an option as well. Oh, I just missed huge there. I'm not going to fix it. That looks pretty good, though. Yeah, I'm not painting the undersuit on this guy just because it's a huge pain in the ball sack. Okay, I think that's all the paint we have to put down. I think it's just shade paints now. All right, let's slop no oil over the whole model. Of course, that's an exaggeration. I'm not going to slop no oil all over it. I'm going to use Reikland Flesh Shade, too. All right. So, all right, we need Nuln Oil. We need Reikland Flesh Shade. The Blessed Oil Praise V. Yeah, seriously. This needs some serious shaking. The more water-based your paint is, the more it needs to get shaken up. Like if it's pretty much all oil and pigment, usually you could just shake it up by hand. Not really have any real issues. And then we're going to need Reikland Flesh Shade too, so let me shake that up as well. All right, there we go. That should be good enough. All right. So going back to the size 5 here. Round off that brush. All right, let's do Nuln Oil first because we have to cover the most stuff with Nuln Oil. And I have used quite a bit of this Nuln Oil, so I'm going to have to actually dip down into the pot here. All right, we want to thin that out a little bit. All right. And I just Nuln Oil over the whole model. Besides the... I just slop it on there. And I try to make it run into the recesses. because I like the dirty drab effect that it puts on the armor. I like that. Big fan of that. But I usually do the back of the legs first so that it seeps really, really heavy into those recesses on the back of the knees. And then that's like a main spot where you want it. I'll do a big glob on the front of the legs as well. Big old glob. Literally just slopping this shit everywhere. But you got to kind of move quick because we do need to pull it off of some areas. All right, and once it kind of starts to dry, you want to dry your brush a bit. And then I go to the front of the armor pieces and I kind of just slop up all of the excess null oil there you can see on the front of the knee. And I just take all that excess paint by rolling the brush up the middle part there, and it works pretty good for me. And I go to the other big armor panels, so here I'll thin that out there. So less null oil on that part and less null oil on this part. But I just take a bit off of the raised armor bits and I leave the rest of it. And now we need to do the upper body. And we are painting everything except for... I never thought of roll over the oil like that. Yeah, it works pretty good. I mean, you can dab it with a paper towel too. I think that works a little bit better, but I don't have any paper towel scraps handy at the moment. I just have my Q-tip works phenomenal as well. Yeah, Q-tip works really good. But I just get it off of the raised surfaces here. Want to get it on all of these spots right here. But yeah, rolling the brush works pretty well. Q-tips work way better though. All right, so there's a few big armor spots, like see here on the legs again, how it's kind of too dark. I generally just go over that with a wet brush like that, and I just thin it out a bit, especially on like the tips of the knees, and it kind of tricks your eyes into thinking that you've actually done some shadow work when you really have done absolutely nothing. All right, perfect. All right, last spot we need to use the Nolan oil. I get a big ol' glob right here and I put it directly into the area where the helmet goes for the Space Marine, or the head, whatever you're using. I put a big ol' glob right on in there. And I generally don't pick up very much of this in here. I'll generally just scrape it off or alcohol it off when I go to glue on the head. But I put a big old schlop in there like that just to give it some natural shadow. And I'm not kind to my brushes, by the way. I absolutely abuse my brushes because I buy the fucking $5 pack of brushes whenever I need new brushes. Like I have like 3 sets of brand new brushes sitting in a box because I just don't even care about keeping brushes nice. I never buy expensive brushes. I buy the fucking $4.99 pack at the dollar store. That's exactly what I do. All right, next, the Reichland Flesh Shade. And this is going to go on all of the browns and all of the white. All right, so we'll do the skull first, I think. And you can see it doesn't do much. Does not do much to that skull. But it does work quite well. It looks a whole lot better in person, and I'll get a good camera angle of this after I'm done, but you can see that it doesn't really do a whole lot. And then on the gold as well, I like to do a over the top layer of Reichland flesh shade as well. And then on that little gold button there on the belt. And then we go to do the pouches. Now you really, really, really want to schlop this on the pouches because we didn't do any shadow work on them at all. And when I say schlop it on there, I mean fucking schlop it on there. And that works really well. It does just enough after it's dried to make it, yeah, make a difference. Yeah, exactly. But I absolutely doused the pouches. The only thing that I don't really put Nuln Oil on is like the silver pouches on the back, because I want them to look really shiny. Yeah, I'll usually do a really, really thick coat of Reichland flesh shade on these back pouches, and I don't care where it pulls at on the pouches. And then now that all that is left to do is to let her dry, and then we'll see the final results. Yeah, I have a whole fucking stack of shit to paint. I'll show you guys what I have to paint. I have a huge pile of shame right over there. Oh, hold on. Let me go over the top. It's getting caught on the desk. I am not good at this. Hold on a second. Oh my god. This is difficult. Okay. Fucking A. Alright, so that is my whole pile of shame over there. So there's an ultimate starter box. There's a heavy intercessor box. There is a company heroes box. I don't know if that actually has anything. And then there's a Lego Star Wars box next to it that has absolutely nothing to do with Warhammer. But I might build it on stream one day. So I figured I'd fucking set it over there. You know, why not, right? But yeah. And let me get you guys a really good camera angle of this guy before we wrap up here. And by the way, before you like do anything, close your fucking paint pots, because you don't want to ruin your whole, like, all that work you just put in. All right, let me get this guy nice and close for y'all. Get some really good light on him. Let me put warm light on him. That's cool light. There's warm light. But yeah. Pretty damn good. And sometimes I'll paint some of these pouches on the back like a weird color like purple or some shit. Especially if they have these I'll show you these grenade belts on their guns. See how the tips are the tips of the grenades are painted different colors? Like one of them is purple. Like a specialty like flare round or some shit. But yeah, it's just a little stuff like that that really makes a difference. Maybe too good for him to hide from the blood ravens. This may take the liberties with your work and correct him, yeah. This is like daylight right here. But yeah. I need to come up with a better lighting solution here, and I also need to get myself another magnifying glass because it's goddamn impossible to see what the fuck I'm doing right now. And my eyesight is good, but it ain't that good. But yeah. I say that looks pretty fucking good for a guy who hasn't painted in an entire year. And yeah, he needs to dry like overnight though before I glue anything together though. So we'll probably wrap this up here, and then I need to go record some videos for the Bannerlord stuff. Make my own little turntable here. Shittiest turntable in the world. But yeah, it's really easy to do this kind of stuff, honestly. Like anyone can do this level. It's really not that hard. Just put the color in the red spot. And Space Wolves are especially easy because the whole armor is gray. You know what? Actually, I do want to add one thing. I do want to do one more thing before we go. I'm going to paint a knee pad red. I'm going to paint this left knee pad right here red. And then that will be the last thing that we do today. I'm going to paint one knee pad red. All right, where's my Mephiston red? There it is. Help you, but over time, you'll get better as always. Yeah. Thank you for the good music memories or muscle memories. Oh, yeah. No worries, brother. We got one more thing to do, though. That's the last thing I'm going to do is paint the left knee pad red. I'm not going to paint the right one yellow just because, well, I guess it's his right knee pad because the red goes on the right for the Space Wolves. But I'm not going to paint his knee pad, his left knee pad. You know, I might do the left knee pad red, or his left knee pad red instead of the right, because that would kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would look good with the, yeah, I don't know why. I feel like that would look better. And I always go rule of cool, so. All right, well, there's my red. And I guess I figure out where I'm putting this. I would always, if I'm doing this, like, trying to get the best results, I would always paint this white first. But since this is gray, I don't ever really have a problem painting stuff red. But this is, don't get me wrong, this is like quite difficult to do because it's a single color and you can't hide the results. So wherever you fuck up at is very obvious. Yeah, painting stuff yellow is pretty hard though, so that's generally why I don't do too much yellow on anything but the shoulder pads. I mean, the shoulder pads have to be yellow. It's fucking Space Wolves, you know. Yeah. Nice little red knee pad there. And I only fucked up on like a little tiny bit of it. Oh shit, there's paint on the desk. That's why we paint on this desk and not our nice desk. Not our $1,000 desk. And yes, I have a $1,000 desk. For your information. All right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I like the one little red knee there. That's pretty sick. And then like on another one, I might paint like just the tip of the knee pad for tax reasons. It works. Yeah. It's good enough for government work. Yeah, let me show you all a little view of the whole studio though. Hi, IRS. Yeah, I do actually have to file taxes on the YouTube though. I do actually make enough money to file taxes. I had to file. I didn't have to file last year though. I didn't make enough money off of it. Okay, let me go to the camera, and I'm gonna zoom it out, and then I'll give you guys a studio walk around real quick. That's as far as that zooms. That's crazy. I wish I wish I had like an actual professional camera. Yeah, I'll show you guys what the oh, let me turn on the autofocus as well. So y'all can kind of see. But I literally didn't have a use for this iPad, or if not this iPad, but this laptop. So I was like, I should use it for streaming the Warhammer. I think that's a good idea. All right. Here is the actual studio, though. Hold on. The chat pulled up back here. All right, this is the actual, like, finished studio. So we have all the way around is sound dampening material. It's kind of hard to show you guys, actually. But all the way around is sound dampening material. We have the light strip going all the way around the top. And then we have the actual main setup over there where I do like the regular YouTube shit. And that box of Kleenex is not for what you think it is. It is because I was sneezing earlier. And I'm very sick. In the sound dampening room, no one can hear you scream. Well, you know what? That's okay, because remember, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. 1 second. Yeah, remember, guys, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. I don't know how well you guys can hear that. That's my Henry. I just grabbed the 2 closest guns that weren't loaded. Empty chamber. How long have I been painting? Probably like I painted my first model when I was 9 and I'm 26 now, so on and off for that amount of time. Yeah, John Wick it. Do a little press check there. That's what John Wick does, by the way. He's, bang, 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 bang. And then it's... Which is really hard to do, by the way, actually. It's very hard to actually do that. Little press check, though. Did my first in high school, but it looked like it was by a 9-year-old. Don't lie, I practiced that for hours after watching that. No, I already knew how to do that. I already did that. Everyone already knew how to do it. I mean, I used to be able to air rack as well, but I can't do it anymore. Take that Henry, and it's good for some range time. We actually have range videos up on the channel, and I'll be getting one up at probably the end of this month with the Henry in it. Yeah, this is a SIG P365. Hold up. got a flared magwell. You're not fumbling around down here. Oh, no, this is a P320, actually, not a 365. My bad. This is the dangerous one. And yes, this one does have the issue. Watch. So it's ambidextrous, all right? So now look, watch. I'm holding the trigger at the wall. Oh, hold on. I went past the wall. Let me take the mag out for this. So I'm, oh, God damn it. Light trigger in here. I'm holding it at the wall. Watch. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to hear this, but right there. It broke the wall. Watch again. Right there. I'm holding constant pressure and I just jiggle the slide and it goes off. Oh, I did that time. There it goes. Again, it's pretty repeatable. So, oh, I did that one. All right, so, God damn it. It's really hard to replicate. All right, so we want to get right at the wall and then jiggle the slide and it goes off. Yeah, that is, that's SIG for you. That's a P320 at least. P320 is a terrible firearm. It's really good at shooting. It's just when you don't want it to shoot, it's really bad. If that makes sense. Yeah, this is my. I think this is an 1880s Henry. Need some more light on myself here. Yeah, it's got like a bit of patina on it. It's 4570 Gov. Do one thing you don't do to do with the gun is by all accounts. Yeah, exactly. And then I have that whole closet back over there is full of more guns. But yeah, most of those are actually loaded. Well, 2 of them are loaded. The rest are not, but the rest aren't readily accessible. But yeah. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining me today. Appreciate you very, very much. I need to go record some of the Bannerlord stuff. So if you guys don't normally watch my channel, go check that shit out. And yeah, we have a Surround Dead live stream and the KOA event live stream tomorrow for Bannerlord, and then Surround Dead afterwards. I might chuck some Windrose in on Thursdays. What do we think about a Thursday stream? That might be kind of fun. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be back on like the normal setup. This is just for the Warhammer part. Like this whole setup is literally just for the Warhammer stuff, and that's because I didn't feel like moving a whole bunch of shit over here. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is I don't know what brand this is, but Plydex or whatever. Dude, this little painting stand is fucking legit. My wife got that for me, and she was the one who put it together. And because I couldn't figure the fucking thing out. And she put it together, and it was fucking awesome. That's like one of the best gifts she's ever gotten me. Besides, you know, other stuff. But yeah, I think we'll wrap this up here today, folks. Thank you guys so very much. I smell her cooking dinner, so I am going to go and get myself. Smells like quesadillas. I think it's quesadillas. I'm going to go pray for my butthole. Yes, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thanks for the painting. I'm going to go see that. Yeah, sure. Wow, wife, Warhammer, stop flexing on us. Oh, I was a Division I athlete too. I have more to flex. I drove race cars professionally. I shot competition. I played 2 college sports at a Division I level. I played Division I D1 AA college rugby, and then I played Division I college football at UNT and Texas Tech, respectively. Texas Tech for football, UNT for rugby. But yeah, there's my flex. And then I drove in American Formula 4. Slaps leg. Like chair. Fuck it, man. That's funny. All right. Well, I gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys. And then I also played video games professionally. I played 4 separate games professionally as well. When I was in high school, and before and after high school. In between me playing professional, not professional, but college rugby and college football, because I started out playing college football. I dropped playing all the professional stuff, and then my scholarship got cut, so I just fucking dropped out of school. And then I re-enrolled at UNT like 4 years later, after playing video games professionally again. I played professionally all throughout high school, except from 13 or 15 to 16, because that's when, in 2015 is when they made that law. So you have to be at least 16 years old to get to sign a contract in Texas. So yeah, that bullshit. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll try to not have a fucked up stream setup for the start of the next stream we do on here. But I do this every Friday, so come hang out. Probably next Friday we'll just keep painting, and then one Friday, probably in a couple of weeks, we'll do 2 guys next time, and we'll assemble this guy. Or maybe we'll just do a full paint of one guy, because actually these are not painted at all, and these are actually painted the wrong color, and they have a whole bunch of hair all over them. Jesus Christ. All right, well, see you guys later. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you guys next time.